All right, and welcome back to the Dave Dynasty Show. I'm your co-host, Ike Isaacs, and today we're going to catch up with none other than Shane Mercer. So, how you doing today, Shane?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. How you doing?
Hey, rocking and rolling, living the dream, taking it day by day. So, Shane, there's a clip that everybody has seen. I mean, people who don't watch wrestling, people who watch wrestling, everybody across multiple platforms have seen it. It's been featured on Sports Illustrated Online, and it's a clip taken by Wrestling with Unicorns showing you using a section of bleachers as a weapon against the Gym Nasty Boys. So, tell us what the hell was going on there? What made you decide to just lift them some bitches up and just hit them with it?
Well, honestly, man, I'm just going to break the ice. That was all CGI. It was fake. It never happened. No, I'm just messing with you. Honestly, whenever he's out there for the show, Resistance, he used to go by just Resistance Pro, and they've kind of relabeled themselves into more of like in-your-face, no DQ, hardcore style promotion.
Right.
And most of the matches, almost every, well, I might as well say every match at night is, no DQ now, more of an ECW style rules kind of sort of ordeal. And I knew with that being an entire card of that kind of deal, I had to do, if I want to stand out, I got to do something different. Or what's something different that I don't feel like everybody else can do? I'm already in there in a handicap match with the gymnastics, and as you already know, they're already over the top and rambunctious in their sort of style of what they do and the things that they went viral for themselves before. So I felt like I had to kind of do something out of nowhere or, just kind of in more of my element to match their, so to speak, their deal of what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's definitely unique. I've never seen a video, or anybody for that matter, pick up a set of bleachers and use it as a weapon. So, points for creativity. Um, but I guess I don't know. Did you think? Have you ever thought about doing that before? Have you ever thought to yourself, let's just do that? Or when you walked in, you're just like, hey, there's some bleachers. Let's go ahead and take it over the top. Because like you said, the gymnastic boys are a little out there. So did you just kind of think about it on the fly, or was it something you maybe planned out a little bit?
Honestly, it was, I wanted to use the bleachers, and I've used them before, but then
Okay.
when I never practiced them, so I didn't know, how it was going to be, but when I got out there, I was just like, you know what, Terry Funk does the ladder spot. How about I one up it a little bit and do the ladder spot with a freaking set of bleachers? That's kind of ridiculous. Let's do it. I'm going to go for it. And then it happened. And then mid-match, I was like, well, hell, let's just throw these in the ring, too. And that was not, nobody was knew about nothing going on. That was just kind of happened.
And I mean, did you expect to get this kind of response and coverage on it? I mean, I guess nobody really expects to go like to get sent to the top of the internet fame charts or anything like that. But did you think that this would get videotaped, put on the internet, and then everyone's going to be like, "Oh yeah, Shane Mercer, the guy with the bleachers"? Did you ever think that was going to happen?
I knew there'd be a few people talking about it, but I had no earthly idea that this was going to go as viral as it did and explode like that. But I mean, I guess it is something different, and that's what people are looking for today in wrestling. More so, I mean, they always say the average video on YouTube with the most views is typically like 1 to 2 minutes or somewhere around there. And I knew with something like this, it would get out there, but I had no idea it would get picked up by all the major outlets like it did. No way at all I could predict that.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I mean, obviously the internet's unpredictable just in general. It's the internet, but I mean, what's it been like? I mean, you've been seen by so many different people, like I mentioned, by people who have never watched wrestling, people who were just scrolling by on their Facebook feed and just happened to see this. I mean, what's it like being featured by so many people, but also by so many sites?
It's pretty nuts, honestly. It's pretty nuts, humbling, and awesome all in one. Because, like I said, I never expected it to be something like that. But I've already gotten, hell, probably like 60 to 80 messages in like one day, just from all that, and like hundreds of tweets. And I think it had like close to, last I checked, like 50-something thousand plus views on the thing. It's just nuts on how much, viewership something like that can just spread and how quickly it can, and how far it actually got there to begin with. I guess the real tone of what that's when Sports Illustrated covered it, that was more of a, whoa, these dudes are covering it. Okay. This is really picking up some speed here now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to say too. I just kind of seen it in passing because, I'm friends with some various people who, work various promotions. So I figured, maybe it was just a local thing. But then I remember I was talking to Dave prior to this, and he had mentioned that it was covered by Sports Illustrated. I'm like, pardon my French, but holy shit. I was like, that's awesome. Like, I mean? Like, that's incredible. Um, But of course, all of us here in the Midwest who have followed your career, because I mean, we've kind of talked before on the show with you before, and I've seen you a couple different times in person wrestle, which has been really awesome. And we've seen you perform so many amazing feats in the ring and the gym. But coming off of this exposure, what's next for Shane Mercer? How do you plan to raise the bar again?
I mean, I don't have no certain set way to raise the bar except go out there and do the same thing that I've been doing this whole time, except, bigger and better everywhere I go. I have some new promotions I'm looking to head out for, and some big things coming up early 2019. I just don't want to let loose what those are, just I'll let people kind of see what's up.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Well, hey, so that people can kind of give you some more love and kind of follow your career a little bit, for people who aren't already following you, which if they're not following you yet, which is crazy, what's your social media, Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot that people can follow you at?
You can find me on Facebook, obviously, at Shane Mercer. You can follow me on Instagram at Shane Mercer. You can follow me at Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at The Iron Demon, or even on Snapchat with some of my escapades at XCF Diablo.
There you go. So you guys have all the social medias and all that good jazz. So if you've not already followed them, follow them now. And I'm sure everybody who is listening has or should see that video because it is absolutely crazy. But thanks for joining us, Shane, and talking about this, and all of us here at the Dave Dynasty Show. Couldn't be happier for all the attention you're getting because you most certainly deserve it. But thank you again for coming on here. I know it's Friday, so I'm sure you're heading out there now to get to a show, or you're probably already at a show.
Yeah, I actually am at a show right now. I do have a one little thing with the bleacher thing, kind of a funny story that you'd probably get a kick out of hearing it.
Yeah,
whenever I was bringing them down to the ring, the whole idea was to put them in the ring and do the deal. Except I ran into one problem. Whenever I got to the ring, there was no steps, so that was kind of an issue on getting them in there. Whenever you're carrying like 18-foot bleachers. So I tried to get Sean, he was a ref at the time, to help me put them in there because obviously it was just weird and awkward because I originally thought just to walk up. So then I look at the fans and I'm like, well, how many of y'all want to help me do something that's stupid as shit but awesome? And of course they're all, oh, yeah. And they had like 6 fans and the ref, and I mean, that's how we all got the bleachers in the ring. But it was kind of funny in itself, just.
You're like, who wants to help me do some dumb shit, but it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, of course, they're all, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, and that's even greater too. That you're just like, oh fuck it, let's get some people to help me.
I mean, yeah, it was already there, so hell, why not?